Hi everyone, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and I wanted to start out this video by saying yes, I absolutely do personal readings. All you have to do is go to my website at angelsouls444.com. That's angelsouls with an S, 444.com, and you'll go to the services page. You'll see that there are a few price points for you to choose from. Go ahead and follow the instructions and we'll get you in line for a reading. Take care. Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning October 20th, 2014. Hello guys, I'm going to be using the Magdalene Oracle by Toni Carmine Salerno. So let's get going here and let's see what is coming up for us for this week. First card up, Gaia. Okay, so getting back in touch with the earth, and not just, you know, in your typical way of getting outside and whatever, but really be mindful. When your feet are on the earth, realize that there is a soul that is taking all the negativity out of you, transmuting it and flowing it back up into you, okay? And that's what Gaia does. You are of Gaia. You were created from the same matter she is created from, okay? So let's have a little bit of appreciation for that in this coming week. Be a little bit more mindful, they're saying. It's kind of up to us to be good to Gaia anyway, but but we want to be especially mindful of that without getting preachy towards others, but just leading by example. This again is about detoxification. Like I said, when your feet are on the earth, negativity is flowing out of you and it's being transmuted and brought back up into you. So try to give yourself a little bit of time this week to do that. Yeah, this message has been coming up in a lot of private readings as well, so I think I will share it here because it feels like a big theme. Remember last week we were talking about getting in touch with your heart space, and in that heart chakra, that's where you can get true guidance if you're sort of cleansed and cleared in order to hear the message properly. And they want to take that a step further. We want to be mindful in this coming week not to be dependent on people outside of us for love or for acceptance. It's really something that needs to come from within you. And I know we say that all the time, but listen, hey, yo, like the messages kind of stay the same until we get it. The messages are going to be the same. But you know, it's interesting. I wanted to comment on this too because I think this kind of goes with that self-love thing that we preach about. I heard someone talking one time about how we used to be such a tribal kind of people, all right? And then we got away from that. And now we're in this crazy age of selfies, and I'm a celebrity, I have a YouTube channel. I'm not saying that about me, but there are some people out there who think they're celebrities because they have a YouTube channel. You know, and it's all about me, 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 me. And I think these people were saying that, you know, it might be nice to kind of come away from that and get back into that tribal feel. I want to share something about what I see in the shift that's occurring in the world. I think we're being pointed back into ourselves, not for a narcissistic reason, but to really get back and connected. They're saying that's the only place of source for you as an individual. So you cannot be an effective part of the tribe, so to speak, until you know yourself and until you know what your real contribution is. So this is that week where, and it's not going to be easy. I'm feeling that too, where we have to figure out why we're so special without taking it too far and overcorrecting as humans tend to do, and making it like a silly, like I'm so special because I'm the only person who could do this. We're not talking about going that far with it, but realizing what your contribution to the world can be. And my vision of how this shift, this earthly shift is happening is once we get in touch with that love within us, that divinity, and we understand it, there's the trick, tapping into it and understanding it, we'll then be able to bring our version of the truth to the table. And I say this a lot too, we each provide a little piece of the mosaic, right? And when all of us come to the table and we're all very present, that's when that mosaic, okay, or I guess we could call it a mandala, will be ignited, and that's when we finally met our ascension and we've come through the test. We come together not as, you know, tribes, because that's still segregated in some way, but as one true unity consciousness, right? Very new agey, I know, but that's how I see it. And I think this is the week where we want to, put some real work into that. But remember where you have to begin, with you, and understanding what that energy is within you, that thing called a soul. What does that really mean? And how can you be more in touch with it? And how can you give it a voice and bring it to the surface so that your light can shine out? Okay? More new agey talk, but what do you want? Okay, it's an angel card reading. Okay. Purgatory. So this is a week that as you start to discover this and you're trying this activity, again, they're flat out saying this is not going to be easy, you're going to feel a little stuck maybe because, again, we as humans, we always want to overcorrect. We want things now. We want it to be working. We sometimes skip over, sorry, I'm trying not to talk with the card like waving around. Sorry about that. We get stuck on wanting things to happen immediately and exactly the way we expect, and this is not going to be a time for that. There are probably going to be things coming up that you have to sort of trip over, and it's in the act of tripping over whatever it is you're going to trip over that brings you a level of understanding that gets you to the next level. It's the journey. Don't skip over the journey is what we're saying. So be patient with yourselves this week. Yeah, be patient with other people, they're saying, because this could potentially, if you're not careful, be a week of conflict with yourself, again, with people outside of you, whatever, all right? But notice how we're bringing that back in. Be patient. Understand you're not going to get all the answers right away. It's a process, all right? Perception. And change your perception. And don't see this as a drag. Try not to look at it like, oh, this isn't happening fast enough, and oh, I'm so sick of this, and blah, blah, blah. Calm down. It's all right. You're going to be fine. I'm actually quoting an astrologer on YouTube because he said, it's Mercury freaking retrograde, people. Everybody just calm down for a minute. Everything doesn't have to be going 100 miles per hour all the time. Enjoy this. This is, again, it comes down to your perception and how you see it. This is either a week of an incredible discovery and incredible comfort by coming into a beautiful understanding of who you are, why you're here, and how you contribute to the collective, or you can just get really annoyed that nothing's happening the way that you want and that things on the surface are not coming together the way you'd like them to. And I'm right there with you guys, okay? I get really frustrated too, and I have to stop myself and take a breath and let it go and try to get as centered as I can, all right? And stay that way. So remember that for this coming week. And we have one more card before we go to the color card. The Matrix. Okay, everything is not what it seems. This is the illusion. The other side is the reality. Come on, you know what the Matrix is, all right? So this is making me feel like you reach sort of a real truth, or you get at least a glimmer of it. Interesting, huh? So what will that mean for you? And the Matrix can mean a lot of different things. What is your actual truth? Are things as bad as they seem? Are you really trapped by your situation? Or is it, again, your perception and just what angle you're coming at the issue? Is that what's informing your feelings about it? All right. So I think it's going to be a very confounding kind of week, but we're going to get through it, I guess. I hope we have to. What choice do we have? All right, guys. So next up, we are going to pull a color card from the Inna Segal deck, The Secret Language of Color. Back in a minute. All right, and we're back, and we are going to pull one last card. Let's see what's coming up for us. Turquoise. Funny thing about this here card. You want to hear this? All right, so I noticed I had this weird epiphany yesterday. I was sitting in a turquoise outfit next to my turquoise journal with my turquoise pen, with a turquoise makeup bag sitting there, and then I had a jacket sitting there that was turquoise. I was like, I'm wearing turquoise earrings, I think. Yes, I am. And I sat there and I thought, do I have a problem? What's with the turquoise thing? And I actually went to this deck and pulled out this card to read up on it to see what it means. Now the message is, awaken your empathy, and the number is 34. Remember, we were talking about in this coming week, there's going to be a lot of self-discovery, some things that might come up that are uncomfortable. There is the potential for conflict if we're not careful, okay? And this is a huge reminder for all of us to remember where the other person is coming from. And remember, when you're feeling, when the energies in the world are getting a little frustrating, it's frustrating for everybody. And when you're feeling a little bit of fear and it's creeping up, it's probably creeping up in other people as well. So instead of looking at this as being in opposition with one another, find a way to come together and realize that you're in this together and everyone can help one another if we're just in that place of empathy and understanding. So try to incorporate this color like me into your life. You don't have to go crazy like I apparently am crazy about turquoise. I never even realized. But try to wear, especially, turquoise jewelry if you have it. If you have a crystal that's turquoise, make sure you cleanse, clear, and charge it. If you don't know how to do that, there are plenty of resources online that will show you the best way for you and what works for you. Okay, guys? So there it is. Have a beautiful week. And of course, as always, I am sending you all of my love. Take care.